Hello, are you out there? It's Mark with Redo Over, and we're back to our Stellaris playthrough, in-depth tutorial, no DLC. So currently we are in a race to survey the planets up here, and we'll say the Wentworth arm of the galaxy. If we can get to Wentworth, we would want to build a starbase, potentially arm it for military defense, and have the First Fleet sit there and help defend it. Ultimately, it may prove to be a good bottleneck for this entire branch of the galaxy. And the other interesting little tidbit we've got going on is First Contact. We have Rodmilla up here working on a First Contact. Stage 2 will be completed very shortly. So we'll run the clock forward and see what happens. All right, we've got something going on here real quick. Augustina has gotten a new trait, aggressiveness. Awesome. Can I click? Nope, I can't click. That is so silly. Why does that does not click? I'm going to go to my leaders. Let's find Augustine, and here you go. This is the aggressiveness leader trait for the commander class. So ship fire rate plus 5%. When she's assigned as a fleet commander, she's just going to make them do more damage per second. She works DPS. That's awesome, and we'll continue. I just find it interesting that little pop-up, though, does not actually pop up the leader. That's really weird. Really weird decision on the creators. What is it, Paradox that makes this? Yeah, I think so. Here we go, Habitable World Survey. So this is the event chain for the Habitable World Survey. We know without a doubt that a thriving biosphere is not something unique to Earth. Both the scientific community and the public at large are eager to learn more about the various forms of alien life throughout the galaxy. Efforts to catalog the life forms we encounter are already underway, but our xenobiologists have urged us to focus our planetary survey efforts on habitable, life-bearing worlds. So it's a commendable initiative. This would begin the Habitable Worlds Survey event chain. So if you essentially what this is going to say is go survey 5 or 8 habitable worlds, whatever it is. When you've done that, you'll get a pretty good reward. Probably a bunch of research, maybe some other useful features. So we're going to want to do that. Or you could say we have more important things to do, and we could take a massive lump sum of Unity right now. But then we don't get that survey event chain. It'll kill the event chain. It'll end it right now. Don't get me wrong, 701 Unity is not insignificant. That's probably a year's worth. Yeah, if I had to guess, that's a year's worth for us. But considering the number of unexplored worlds up in this section, I think we're looking at 5 right now. That should be most of what we need to get this done. So I'm going to push the initiative forward. And then we jump into our situation log. We can see the Habitable Worlds Survey is in fact asking for 8 habitable worlds to be surveyed. That is a good amount. Let's continue pushing our First Fleet forward onto new areas. Maybe we'll find new Xenos to interact with. All right, we've got a strange mountain for ... This is around the Olum 3. So this is coming from Scientist King. Effort to map the surface of the planet have identified a strange mountain range in the southern hemisphere. It does not appear to have formed naturally. Now, because this is a routine research relative to Kang sitting at a level 2 scientist, we will just have him proceed right now. It'll be done quick enough. Now, I'm looking around. Research complete. Fantastic. We're going to stop there. We will look at that research in just a moment, but I want to make sure we're keeping an eye on our influence. We're looking at essentially claiming our next world. Now, we have a couple good options down here. We have the, how do you say it, Wexlia system has got some alloys. I would really love to get my hands on those alloys. However, if we are actually in a race to push through Orthama, through Olum, and get all the way over here to Wentworth and claim that to lock up these other planets, we really need to be thinking about claiming in that direction first. So we have Decida to go to, Orthama, Olum. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at the minimum to get to Wentworth. So it's a tough decision. It pains me to leave behind what looks like some very useful systems in this area. I would also very much like to cap off, what is this? God, that's hard to read, gray on the cloud there. The Bakramar system would be a very nice end cap to this branch of the galaxy that's coming around the rim down this way, we could put a station there at that very nice system and potentially keep people from pushing back into us. The other thing to consider is that when we click into this system here, the Klendath system, I believe this has been claimed with a starport or outpost, we'll say, and some mining stations. So if I'm not mistaken, there are aliens into this system already. They could potentially be in a race with us to claim these other systems as well. So we got to be a little bit cautious about that. Do we let these sit fallow to be gobbled up by other Xenos? So I'm 100% torn. I do not know exactly what the right choice is here. And again, the main bottleneck is how much influence we have. If there's a way to reduce influence claim cost, because currently, let's see here, if we take, say at Decida, we have our workship there. If we right click, it's taking exactly 67 influence to claim that. Oh man, that's going to be a lot of years to get these other systems claimed. And in the meantime, will these Xenos start gobbling up Phaenov there, as well as Wexlia? It's questionable. It's questionable. I don't know. See, we could put our end cap right here at the Zvox system and just stop there at Zvox. Put our starbase there and not try and compete with these Xenos, because here's the thing. The Xenos are already into the Klendath system, right? The bugs got it. But here's the problem. At this point, it's creating it would make our border Swiss cheese. If we tried to claim Romston and Phaenov and Wexlia and whatever this one over here is, Bakramar, we'll have Xenos right in the middle of it. Think of how much surface area, how much frontier that gives us with the Xeno species to try and resist them. So part of me almost wonders if we should abandon these systems to the Xenos and fall back to Zvox and pull all of our resources up around the top here and make the run for Wentworth. I think we may have to do that at this point. We'll keep our science ship surveying for now, but I believe we are having the Gagarin move back around. Yeah, they are moving that way. And in fact, I am going to have the Decida claim, or the construction ships claim Decida right there. And we will now check our technology. So max pop growth speed plus 10%, that can't hurt. Mapping the genome of an individual through the sequencing of their DNA opens up for tailored medical treatments and therapies, and we'll claim a new research. So you can see, because Herman Wagner in particular is a specialist in biology, choosing biology technologies will get them much more quickly for us. So it's not inconceivable to go after something like the Gene Clinic or, well, farmers. I don't really want to go after more food. So let's go for the Gene Clinic. Gene Clinic is a nice structure. It's a building you build on a planet. It's going to increase pop growth and amenities. So it's kind of a nice blend of making your folks grow faster and making them happier, right? It's a medical center. Yeah, what the heck? Let's grab it up. They'll have that in 102 months. That is a long way off. So we're just watching the clock up here. Starbase is in production. Then obviously we'll claim that energy bit right there at Decida. But I really am curious about what's going to happen here with research. So hold on. She's in stage 2. She didn't pass stage 2. Interestingly, I thought when that clicked down to 1, we would move on to stage 3, but that does not seem to be the case. We went out, we went back in. So far we've gained, well, I guess 3 insights. Okay, I suppose that helps speed along the chance for a breakthrough. Otherwise, let's take a look at our tradition tree. So we're in the tradition avenues. We've got 2 options right now. Survey speed plus 35%. That would obviously help us get all the star systems between here and Wentworth surveyed more quickly. The other route is research alternatives plus 1, as well as an extra scientist capacity, and scientists starting skill level at a plus 1. So it just means any new scientists coming out will be starting at a science level of 2. That's not bad. But I really do want the survey speed for the time being, so we will say yes to that. And we will continue the clock running forward. And we're going to have this construction ship right here, build the mining outpost. And we have a new event popped up, Gigantic Skeleton. What was previously thought to be assorted mountains in the southern hemisphere of Olum 3 have been identified as the massive skeletal remains of a single colossal alien life form. The bones have been dated as 3.4 billion years old, but our scientists have ruled out that Olum 3 could have supported life on that scale at any point in the planet's history. Science officer Kang Zhu has prepared a special research project to delve further into this mystery. So fascinating. Issue Special Project Investigate Gigantic Skeleton. What the heck? Okay, hold on. I'm going to pause that down real quick. Where on earth is he? Where? Right here, Olum. So since we've got him there, we might as well have him research projects and system. And I am curious, actually, how long that's going to take. Half a year. We'll let it run. I want to get the goods on that. It should be something pretty sweet. And let's check the Darwin right here. They're done. Okay, so do we send the Darwin back, loop them around behind all these other systems and help out? Or do we come in and try and get to the backside of Klendath? I have a feeling there's going to be Xenos there, but you know what? Let's find out together. If there are Xenos, hopefully the Darwin can escape. And at that point, we might have them come in and try and do these couple of anomaly researches before they back all the way out of there. So we'll run the clock forward. And you can see here at Olum, the Tolstoy and the Gagarin are starting surveying. And over here, we encounter at Bindor. We found more Xenos, folks. We made first contact with the mysterious aliens at the Bindor system. For now, we have codenamed them the Howleys until we can find out more about them. So we say interesting. I'm going to pause that real quick. So you can see we got a new trait called Roamer 2 for Jessica Newman. That is fantastic. I don't see Jessica anywhere. Let's jump into our leaders. Jessica Newman. She is a Roamer class 2, right? The Roman numeral 2. So that means her survey speed is increased by 20% instead of, I believe, 10%. That is massive. She will plow through surveys, which is fantastic. But let's go to our first contact. We really know nothing about them. We're going to jump in, and you can see we do have 2 additional, we'll say, diplomats, envoys available. And I don't think it's going to matter which one. We'll just grab Kagiso, and we'll hit accept, and they will start on their little project. But we do want to see where that first contact actually happened. If I zoom out, I can see right there. Now, this is interesting because the Mirages do not seem to be the Howleys. It seems as though potentially there's 2 separate Xeno species we're engaging with here. Let's click in. And if I zoom in, what is this? That looks like a vessel surveying, if I'm not mistaken. Looks like a survey ship to me. I could be wrong, obviously, but it doesn't look like an actual life form. So let's see what our science ship is going to do. Our science ship is going to continue on their mission. Yeah, there you go. Go ahead. All right, we got a few things popped up. You can see here, actually, that this ship, indeed, this alien vessel, moved from Bindar B to Bindar A. So I think that is, in fact, a Xenos science vessel. We've got a few things popping up. Let's take care of our technology research first. So we just finished the global energy management. Unlocks capacity subsidies. So this is essentially a policy we can put out there, an edict that would boost each technician's output by 50%. However, there is a flat fee of plus 1/2 energy credit upkeep. Not a 50% increase, just a half of an energy credit. So provided each of your technicians can produce more than three energy, it should pay for itself. Because at 3 energy, a 50% boost to their output would put them to 4.5, which would more than pay for the extra 1/2 energy credit you're dumping into their pay. And then beyond that, we have a new building called the Energy Grid. So you can build one of these on a planet. It's kind of a standard building template. It takes 1 year to build 400 mineral with an upkeep of 2 energy, but it's going to give you 1 more energy technician's job slot. as well as every technician on that planet will produce one more energy, if that makes sense. So you'd only want to build a building like this on a world that you were, pretty focused in on becoming an energy production world. But we do need to choose a new research real quickly. So we have no special benefits, unfortunately, to physics research from Herman. But yeah, we just got to look at what would be interesting to us. Colony development speed, I'm not so concerned about that right now. We don't have any prospective colonies waiting to be developed. But more than that, I would like to get into some combat capabilities. Listen, improved deflectors, yeah, that's like shielding, we'll say, or basic combat roles. Let's jump into that. It will make our military vessels that we refit with that potentially able to fight better. There's nothing wrong with that. So what else do we have? First contact is going to just sit there for the time being. We'll dismiss it. First contact event pending. This should be with the space automata. We have discovered a new life form in Klendath. Although calling it a life form may be incorrect, the entities appear to be fully automated mechanical drones built exclusively for some unknown industrial purpose. Observations will continue, but since it's likely that these machines are programmed with defensive protocols, it would be prudent to tread lightly. This actually may be for the best. It means that the Xenos at Klendath are not necessarily a civilization. They may just be a kind of a robotic life form, for lack of a better term, and may not spread out to other star systems, which for us would be really handy because we don't want to compete with them. So keep looking, but use caution. This is our advice for the Mirages. As we jump in here, that's the report we just read. You can see we moved on to stage 3. We have 80 days now. Difficulty has moved to a 3. It's gotten harder, actually. And I'm not exactly sure why that is, but if I had to guess, it's because we're biological and they're machines. So it's just saying, yeah, it's harder to relate. It's harder to understand this Xeno species. So the insights are gone. We've cashed them out, and the difficulty has climbed. Let's jump to take a look at that area. The Mirages are, in fact, here at Klendath. So maybe what we were seeing as, or what I was identifying as an outpost in a mining vessel are not a part of civilization. But that makes me really, really happy if that's the case. Maybe the actual Xenos are this survey ship over here in the Bindar system. We think that this is a survey ship because we actually did see the behavior of the alien vessel move from one star surveying to another. So this might be the actual frontier. The Xenos may lay out in this part to the galactic west of us. So, yeah, another potential bottleneck. Now, let's keep the First Fleet moving forward, and we're just going to keep pushing them ahead. We're trying to essentially determine how to isolate our territory of space, how to isolate our arm of the galaxy and keep it cut off from the other Xenos as much as possible. But listen, if the Xenos have already made it into the Bindar system, everything I was saying about having Xenos in the Klendath system still roughly applies. Now, Klendath bordered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other systems. The Bindar system only borders 2 systems. So theoretically, it would be easier to contain these Xenos at Bindar than to contain Xenos at Klendath. However, can we afford... essentially, we would have to claim Wexia, claim Klendath, and claim Bakrimar to isolate and cut off the Bindar system. But now that's 2 bulkheads, essentially, to resist Xeno incursion. Whereas up here at Wenkwert, there's just the one. So yeah, we'll keep pushing it. But here is a council agenda ready to rock. So we are going to launch the Evolving Society agenda. It took essentially, 11 years, 10 years. So our monthly unity is going to jump from plus 10% to plus 40%. It will last for the next 10 years. Let's do it. There's the Evolving Society. And up here, we should see a pretty massive boost in this number. We're sitting at 85. When the clock rolls over to the next month, that's probably going to jump up to 100, 110 range, if I'm not mistaken. And we have no set agenda, so we probably want to choose another agenda. Let's just click in here. So these are the remaining 2 available agendas. We have open arms. So this would improve the immigration pool to our worlds. Not a bad thing. It improves trade value, and it makes people more xenophiles, more xenophilic. Not bad. And the other one is give and take. So this, and by the way, these all take that roughly 10-year range to launch. But this would be faction approval. And faction approval percentage, what would that get us? Maybe more resource output, which for the factions right now, I believe is Unity. Sure. I don't know if one of these is really better than the other, to be quite honest. Let's pause. Let's look at our factions. Because why? Because we want to see which of these represents a larger proportion of our civilization. Xenophiles in that xenophile faction, or we'll say, I guess, ethic, is at 42% of our population. Whereas the egalitarian ethic is at 58% of our population. So in that sense, we would be more, I don't know, it'd suit us better to push after egalitarian options. So let's get give and take. We'll start that, and they will, launch. It's going to be launched. They'll start working on it right now. We'll start running the clock. Ooh, special project completed. So this was the special project for the giant skeletal remains, if you recall, on Olm 3. Our continued studies of the massive skeletal remains on Olm 3 have managed to shed some light on how the creature ended up on the planet. There are very faint residual energy readings that indicate some kind of dimensional portal existed briefly towards the rear of the skeleton. Science officer Kang Zhu theorizes the creature passed through this gateway from another dimension, only to be quickly perish in the hostile environment of Olin 3. Why it did this and where it came from are questions that may never be answered. Astounding, indeed. So Kang is going to get 200 experience towards his scienciness, as well as it's going to give us a nice fat lump sum of 466 physics research. I will take that. And Kang can now move on to other better things. Is that running forward? Yeah, are we progressing on this right now? I believe so. I believe we've launched that policy. Oh, and up here, indeed, our Unity jumped from 85 to 107. So that's a 30% improvement because we were already at a 10% Unity bonus from the preparation of that agenda. When it launched, it went from 10% to 40%, thus 85 to 107. So if that makes sense. But where we're at Olem, we want to make sure that, we need to jump back and check Kang. I'm glad we checked because he actually, after finishing the special project, did not continue with surveying the Olem system. So we will put him back on that task. And up here, the Gagarin has already started surveying. And again, we have this, I guess we can move forward our colony ship. Why not have it at the first possible place we could have them colonize? So they're going to move forward there. And let's keep our first fleet on their exploration run. So we will shift and we will, let's see. No, is it shift click, control click? I'm trying to queue in multiple. Yeah, I'm holding shift and just clicking on system after system. And let's add a couple more. Oh, it branches. Oh, we got a fork. Ew. Geez, you know what? Here's what we should do. We should take the first fleet, have them explore, and we should have them stop at this M-class star and not go any further. Because here's the thing. We're already running 2 first contact processes right now. We've only got 3 envoys. We're not in a rush to meet every Xeno in the galaxy. It doesn't really do a whole lot for us. So if we park the first fleet at this M-class star, it makes a nice bottleneck into this branch of our galaxy. We're looking up here. It looks like this dead ends, and we can assume that these last 2 star systems dead end here. So this is a very good patch point for the fleet to sit and essentially not let anyone by. Or if someone does come by, we at least know they're entering our section of space. So it's kind of like having eyes out there. They're the watchmen. What else do we got going on? We're done at Desitta with the Yangtze. So the Yangtze is going to move on to the Orthama system and get set up there. Obviously, they're waiting for 22 more influence. Let's run the clock forward. And we're just going to keep an eye on these first contacts here and here. Yeah, it's taking their sweet time. There's no real rush. Let's jump over to our starbase real quick, and shipyard, that is to say, and keep pumping out corvettes. Why not? I think we're getting a little bit of a... Did we choose technology to get a discount on corvettes? I believe we did. Oh yeah, we'll load these up. There you go. Boom. We have plenty of headroom here. We're only at 15 to 30, so we can make at least 15 more corvettes. But let's jump into our technologies tab. Right here, yeah, we're working on getting improved corvettes, essentially. But that technology is still quite a bit away. 54 more months, so yeah, we got a ways to go. All right, we'll let the clock run. I'm excited to see what the Gagarin discovers about this continental world when they get there. All right. Encounter in Sayakaro. Right over here, folks. The first fleet has run into a Xeno contact at Sayakaro, and you can see there is a Savannah world size 13. So we may even consider, if that's not a safe place for the first fleet, we may pull the first fleet back to Sedal Bari and have it sit there, making the bottleneck coming backwards. But we made first contact with mysterious aliens in the Sayakaro system. For now, we've codenamed them the Sneakies. Awesome. I'm going to pause that real quick. We're going to jump in, and we're going to assign our third and final envoy, Travis. And now, at this point, if we run into additional Xenos, additional aliens, we will not have an envoy to proceed with first contact. Now, the Xeno may proceed with first contact if they have available envoys, but what it means is that they're going to get all the benefits, all the rewards of establishing first contact. We have no chance of that. So that's one reason why I'm not particularly pushing forward with more first contacts. But let's jump in here and just look at the state of the system. Right here is the alien ship, and you can see that very clearly. This ship is scanning, so that is a civilization ship, not just some weird, automated mining drone or other alien spaceborne life form. That's a Xeno. So they haven't claimed it yet. We know that because they're still surveying. So there's a good chance they're going to rush in here and try and claim the system ahead of us. That's fine. I'm going to deliberately pull the first fleet back. And when they get there, I may even try and put them on some sort of, hostile combative thing. So, for instance, could we have our fleet attack this survey ship? Right? Because we haven't made first contact, we need to initiate first contact process in order to learn more about them. What if I take this ship? Do I have the option of attacking? Following the alien vessel. Interesting. Let's do that. Now, if I look at our fleet stance here, attack target, we could do that. Orbital bombard, fleet stance, home base. Yeah, if I jump into fleet stance, I can switch them to aggressive, to passive, or aggressive or passive. So I could definitely send these guys in and destroy that survey ship. Should we do it? Should we? Oh gosh, we're xenophiles. I think that would be bad if we attack them. Yeah, let's not have them do that. Let's just see if they will follow the alien vessel. Let's watch this. Okay, well, shit. Here, we'll close that down. Let's look at our anomaly real quickly. This is gas giant signal. This is coming from the Oikriki system. We can see right away that even for Herman as a class 3 scientist, this is challenging. It would take him nearly a year. So we're going to pass on surveying that right now. He's not going to do this. But we're picking up what may be a faint transmission coming from somewhere deep inside the atmosphere of a gas giant. Could someone or something be trying to communicate? Well, we're going to leave it be for now. He'll continue on. And I want to see what our military fleet does. Nothing. They are being peaceful. And they're just going to ghost that survey ship. Why the heck not? What do we care? Keep an eye on them. Maybe intimidate them a little bit without actually outright going to war with them.
System survey complete.
Nice. Okay, if we zoom in here, you can see that we have Orthama is ready as well as Olum, so we can keep building our outposts. And in fact, Orthama is ready. We have the influence necessary. So we'll command the Yangtze to build the starbase. they'll be on that. And then now that the Russian ship is done, we can move them forward to Wasset. Yeah. Oh, let's see. Hold on. Boom. You right click. Survey system. There you go. So we're closing in Wentworth very quickly. So far, I think our plan is working pretty well, folks. Did we lose a science ship? No, we did not. Hold on. Our third science ship is, in fact, here, the Darwin. Oh, man. Was there an anomaly in here? Hold on. No, there's not. Jeez. We got to be a little bit cautious. There's 2 survey ships in this system right now. What that means is that if there's an anomaly and we pass on it, I wonder if the Xenos have a chance to survey it and snatch the anomaly away. I don't know if Xenos see the same anomalies that we do. Because obviously we don't detect every anomaly. That you know that because you see that your chances for anomaly detection change as your scientists become more and more experienced, as well as other factors in the game that can increase the chance of anomaly detection. So does that mean that the same anomalies are there for everyone to potentially detect, but that not every xenospecies does detect them? Or are our anomalies just for us and not for others? That's something I don't honestly know about the game. I'm a little hesitant now, though, that if the Darwin comes across an anomaly, should we have them investigate it no matter how challenging, simply so that the Xenos don't beat us to it? I think that if Jessica finds an anomaly here in the Binder system, we may have her just proceed with surveying it. I think that's not unreasonable. Oh, fantastic, folks. Look at what just happened. We have, in fact, found that we have a continental world that is 90% habitable, and it's a good size, and the system is surveyed. It's done. Is that true? Holy cows. Oh, man, we want to colonize. We're going to colonize this soon. Soon. We can't do it yet, though, because we haven't built the outpost, obviously. So let's take our colony ship. Let's put them in orbit of the... Oh, why crikey? Geez, I may have to rename that planet because I'm not going to be able to say that over and over again. It's going to drive me nuts. Here in Orthama, you can see they're in fact building Starbase right now, and we have we have 2 survey ships going. Let's click off of that one. Let's take the Gagarin, who has no orders, and we'll send them on to Wentworth, and they will survey there. So we're filling this void very quickly. I'm pleased with that. I also see I have a couple of constructors hanging out in this area. Yeah, they're just kind of sitting and waiting. But actually, we could develop that mineral mining station right there. It's only 1 mineral. That's why we passed on it before. But yeah, what the heck. If they finish it now in 100 months, they'll have paid back the 100 minerals it'll take to build it. That's what you do. And let's continue on. I think everyone's in a pretty good position right now. Uh-oh, hold on. I'm stopping real quick. First Fleet is getting pulled out of position. They're following me, that alien vessel. I'm actually going to send the First Fleet back into Sayakaro. And I am going to maybe even attempt, once they're out of range of this alien ship, the Sneakies, construction complete. I'm going to set them to aggressive. Why is that? Because I want them to orbit the Sayakaro star, and if a Xeno comes up, like a construction ship is what they would need to build an outpost, I'm willing to potentially destroy the constructor so that they cannot claim that system for the time being. I don't know if that's a great idea, but it's what we're going to do. We're hey, you got to take risks sometimes. So that is finished up. That is finished up. And that is finished up. Awesome. All those surveys are done. And everyone's moving on. And we got construction done at Orthama. Perfect. That's the outpost. And now we want to make, a bunch of mining bases. Oh, these are nice ones. Holy cows. Look at this. So we'll grab our ship. We're going to hold down shift. We're going to right click, build this one. We're going to build this one. And finally, we'll build this one. And that's just in order of proximity and importance, just because it's slightly more efficient that way. Oh God, I don't mean to drag. There we go. There we go. Trying to orientate that properly. Oh, it wants to snap back every time. All right, so let's move the India on forward to the Wexia. And we have a tradition available. So I think we should move the second fleet onto Brakamar right now and set them to aggressive. I really don't want the Xenos breaking out of the Bindar area. And then, of course, we'll use our constructor ships to watch at Wexia, as well as... Well, you know what? I'm not actually that concerned with Ramston. I'm more concerned with Faynov, because Faynov seems like a much better system. So we're just kind of using those surplus constructors as eyes. You know, it's a manned vessel. They can take sensor readings and report back what Xeno ships are coming through. So we're going to kind of try and surround these areas with our ships for the time being. I think that's a reasonable choice. Let's jump up here to the Traditions tree. And we can see we can unlock the... well, the data uplinks would give us research subsidies, research station output increased by 20%, and research from star-based constructions increased by 20%. That's just more science. That's not a bad option. Or, again, we could go for an additional scientist. We could theoretically build another science ship. And we get additional research alternatives under our science tree. What that would relate to is over here under technology. You've noticed that each time we've completed a technology, it pops up 3 additional topics to research. But if we go with that route in our tradition tree, it will give us 4 topics. So that is pretty sweet. Gosh, what do we want? Do we want one more science ship? I'm debating, folks. The reason is that although we have plenty of areas left to research, at some point, we won't need that many science ships. I'm not sure how severe our race to survey every system is, because the true bottleneck for us is our influence, not our survey speed. We have 3 science vessels. They're roughly, each year surveyed an entire system. Well, if you look around, there's only like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Geez, I mean, inside of 3 or 4 years, we'll probably have all the systems available to us surveyed. So, yeah, it's not obvious to me. It really isn't. Let's go with the data uplinks. It's easy, simple. It's a straight up improvement to our research output right off the bat. And let's run the clock. I see that the Xenos fell back, by the way, from that system right there. Terraforming candidate discovered. I won't read through this. Essentially, this just, every now and again, when you're surveying an anomaly, instead of getting a cool anomaly, it just tags a planet as, hey, once you know how to terraform a planet, potentially you could come back and try and terraform this uninhabitable planet and make it habitable. You say fascinating, and all it's really doing is it's saying that, yeah, Rel rate will be able to be terraformed once climate restoration technology has been researched. So it's just adding that flag to that planet. Cool. And we just want them continuing on. I look down here. I see that our science ships are rocking and rolling. Oh, I'm going to pause there. New survey completed at the Bindar. Oh, that's nice that the Xenos did not interfere with our ability to survey Bindar. Now, as far as we can tell, there's no station here. So we could, very theoretically, get in a race to cap off Bindar to block off the Xenos from this area. But to do that, we would obviously have to claim Wexilia. We'd have to claim Klendath, or more likely Brakrimar, and then Bindar. So I'm going to take our second fleet. I'm going to send them into Bindar and essentially have them defend right there. Could I send the third fleet to join them? Yeah. Let's send the third fleet forward. That's a lot of firepower. And because potentially we could use the second fleet, we could divide the second fleet and the third fleet, balance out their ships between them, and have one of the fleets at Brakamar and the other one at Bindar to defend our territory behind the line function. We are closing in on our next claim pretty quickly. But for the time being, let's get the science ship out of here. And I guess maybe have them backfill fill anomalies. So I'm not, well, let's see. If we jump up here to the situation log, we can look at anomalies. Where are these at here, folks? What do we got? Is it giving us systems these are in? Not really. Oh, I wish it would pop up the system name. Damn it. Is there a way to flag these so that they show up? Yeah, crap. Doesn't it usually show? I thought it usually gives you a little icon. Oh, yeah, there you go. You can mouse over. There you go. There's a 5. So here's what I want to know. Before we pull back the science vessel, are there any anomalies? Yeah. You can see here at Wexia, we have a class 6. And at Romstown, we have a class 6. So I would say as we pull back the Darwin, we don't want to go any further. At this point, we have more than enough territory to claim. We'll struggle to claim it all. And we have more than enough systems to survey. So yes, I'm going to take the Darwin. And I'm going to send her back and have her research anomalies in that system. And obviously the second fleet is going to switch places and try and defend there as best as they can. Let's proceed. Let's move these Xenos forward here. The constructor ship is going to move forward to Bracamar to switch places with that fleet. And until we finish first contact here with the Klendath, the Xenos, we can't do a whole lot with them. We're just going to stay out of there because we're afraid they might attack us, to be quite honest. First contact event pending. Very cool. We'll just let it roll forward until it happens, until it's pended. Oh, shit. What's going to happen here? Are we going to attack them if they come in? We might. We might. No. So, I paused the game. Look at this. This is our fleet. This is a construction ship. They are building a starbase. That is what that is. So, because we haven't completed first contact, it's a little questionable. If we attack them, yeah, let's just do it. What the hell? Can we attack that? Attack target? I would love to stop them from making that outpost. And we're not fighting. Are we not fighting? Shit. Okay, something is odd, but here, let's take care of this anomaly real quick. This is a Planetscape Garden at Wentworth Artem. So this is coming from Herman, who's our head researcher. This entire world is unusually picturesque, suspiciously so, perhaps. What forces are at work that could have caused this? Now, it's a routine, so we'll have them investigate that right now. Let's research. And then I'm just looking here, and yeah, our war fleet is not attacking. I don't know why. Why can't we fight them? Attack target? They won't attack. We're in aggressive stance, and we're asking them to attack, but they won't do it. They're following, but they won't attack it. What am I not understanding? Possibly it has to do with our policies. So let's jump over. Yeah, that's most likely what's going on. So check this out. Let's jump into policies and ethics. Diplomatic stance, war philosophy, unrestricted, first contact protocol, proactive. Initial border status. What would allow us to just jump on these guys and kill them? I'm just looking through here. No. Economic, no. Initial border status is open. Okay, first contact. We're proactive. Resettlement. Orbital surrender acceptance. Orbital bombardment, subjugation wars, war philosophy, unrestricted, diplomatic stance, expansionistic. Let's just take a look at this real quickly. Belligerent. What would belligerent let us do? It's not going to let us attack. Something is stopping us from attacking. War philosophy? War is a dish best served frequently to those who will not cook for themselves. Awesome. So we could definitely get into a war. But, yeah, I don't know. It feels like under our first contact protocol, aggressive here. Let's see. Yeah, that's it. Here we go. Proactive. So, cannot attack neutral entities. So that's the issue. They're considered neutral. That's all there is to it, folks. What that means is that we have lost the Sayakaro system. We're going to take our fleet and we're going to pull them back to the Sabadbari system and just get them out of our hair. Nothing else we can do. We're losing it. You can't claim everything. So a couple things. We have an invitation. So this is coming at Wasset system with Kang. Signal beacon orbits the WPR-0935, beckoning travelers near. On the asteroid, a giant metal monolith looms. Its purpose unknown. Yeah, this is routine. Let's have Kang take a crack at it. And we're going to pause that and just take a look here. We've completed construction at Orthama. And actually, that's a perfect timing because we're ready to move on to Olum right now. Bear in mind, we are definitely in a race with these Xenos. They're moving forward. So they're 1, 2, 3 systems away. We're 1, 2, 3, 4. So we cannot stop on the drive here, folks. We have to send them in and claim the next system. I can see the alien vessel has returned to the Bindar system, and unless I'm mistaken, they're going to come in and... Oh, they're going to go past. They're not building an outpost. Okay, we'll let them go. We'll see where they head to. And, of course, we want to claim this planet here as soon as we can. So once that constructor's done at Olum, they'll be able to move up there and we'll be able to claim the planet at Owaikrai. So, interpretation signal. Fantastic. Some form of aesthetic design has been employed over most of the surface landscape of Wentworth Artem. Our scientists suspect that even the remaining untouched, in quotes, areas are merely crafted wilderness. There to serve a wider horticultural goal. Towards the conclusion of our research, we stumbled across a beacon, the sole example of technology on this world. When activated, it uploaded a catalog of every plant and animal species found on Wentworth Artem, as well as a reference pointer to nearby, how do you say that, rail rates. No clue is left with which to identify the planet's designers. Marvelous. So, societal research, a big dump of 403, and begin the Kept Grounds event chain. Issue special project, pure dry landscaping. Fantastic. I'm going to pause that real quick. So, we have found the gardeners. Holy crap. Hold on. Let's jump in. Oh my. There's Railrate. It's another planet. It's a barren world with a military Xeno around it. What are these? Like little drones? I wonder if they're hostile. They're gardeners. They are the gardeners. Oh. Okay, fascinating. Now, it's not opening up a first contact chain. So what I wonder is, have we finished surveying Wentworth? No, we have not. Whoa. Are we running? Oh, no. The Gagarin is considering the gardeners hostile. Oh, boy. I wonder if I can prevent Herman from fleeing. Ah, shit. This is a big risk. Do we stop Herman from fleeing and have him try and continue with the special project? Or will he get vaporized if he does that? Let's jump into the situation log. Situations. Yeah. The situation. What's the situation here with the Kept Grounds? Pure dry landscaping. Has one science ship in orbit. Okay. So circular ridges have been impressed upon the surface of railway rate, sweeping elegantly around the myriad craters and mountains. Is there some purpose to their design? What relation might there be to the gardening drones in this system? Oh, God. There's a couple ways to look at it, folks. We could send in one of our war fleets and destroy the drones. If we send Herman in there, crap, what would happen? This may be an extremely stupid idea. I'm not sure how to tell if they're hostile, though. Let's hit Research Project, and I think we're just going to have to watch this. Oh, shit. Nope, they're coming. They're coming. Crap, we triggered them. Oh, God. I don't know if he's going to be able to evade. Research Anomaly, Survey, Fleet Stance. Crap. Move here. Run. Run. Oh my gosh. We have another event popping up. Mysterious monolith. The monolith we found on WPR dwarfs the science ships we sent to investigate it. A majestic, smooth slab of metal. The once garish pigment patterns on the front have been reduced to mere flecks. A small power outlet on the machine's side promises its secrets will be unveiled in exchange for a modest sum of energy credits. Well, fortunately, we have 24,000 energy credits, so I think we can make that work. So our options are activate the machine for minus 200 energy. That's nothing. Or best leave it alone. No, we are absolutely going to activate that monolith. There you go. Hold on. More and more shit's happening here, folks. More and more shit's happening. Hold on. Machine awakens. Let's jump to the actual system here, so we can get a view for what's going on. Here we are. This is an asteroid in the Wasset system. And you can see we have the Russian ship investigating. Now, what just popped up? What is this thing? Right there. The machine stirs. Ancient mechanisms clank behind the smooth facade. After much whirring, buzzing, and a dramatic pause, a metallic panel slides back and a ship-sized cylinder rolls out of the machine. The cylinder contains an ancient beverage, still miraculously preserved against the ravages of times. The drink has been easily replicated by our scientists who, after conducting rigorous testing, have ascertained it to be safe, nutritious, and, most crucially, delicious. Fascinating. So, Taste the Stars modifier, added for 20 years, biological pop happiness plus 5%. That's for all biologicals in our entire civilization. Everyone has a new beverage that for the next generation, the next 20 years, will make them all 5% happier. That was well worth it. Fascinating. Awesome. So we need him to continue on with the surveys there of the Wasset system. Yeah. So there's Wasset. They're going to keep going with that. We have the Gagarin again, desperately trying to flee from the caretakers. The gardeners are coming to potentially destroy it. And that super sucks. What else do we have going on? We have our Olim is ready for stations to harvest research, minerals, and energy. We'll just right click and we will say, oh, wait. We haven't been able to build the outpost yet? Oh, that sucks. Okay, well, I really thought they were doing that. Oh, yeah, they are. They're starting the starbase. Perfect. Outpost is under production. So it looks like everyone has a job to do. I would say the most fascinating thing in my book at this point is to see whether or not the Darwin and Herman survives this. So let's see if they can get turned around and get their asses out of here fast enough. I want to see if they stop at Wentworth. Hold on. Let's pause right there. Check this out. We're going to come to a stop. Perfect. So look what just happened. We essentially had the Gagarin get out of the way of the gardeners, but the gardeners have stopped at Wentworth. Like they were summoned somehow, like we activated them. Let's send the Gagarin over here now. Whoa, 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 what's going on? They're going back? Okay. So they went to drive us away from Wentworth. Okay, what if we get closer? They're going back to Wentworth. Okay. Let's get a little closer. Perfect. All right, so are they now on patrol between Wentworth and rail rate? Possibly. We're going to click the Gagarin one last time, and we're going to say research the project. I don't know how long it'll take. Construction complete. Oh my gosh, it's working. It's working. So we could try and micromanage this. Now, either those gardeners are going to come back and may destroy the science ship, or we could potentially... You can see down here we're at 4% already. Oh my gosh. Now, bear in mind, we can always have the Gagarin flee out here through this jump point if we need to. Let's get back into this. So hold on. Let's check on our other things real quick. We have a system surveyed. Where are we at here? Wasset finished up. Awesome. There's nothing else to do at Wasset. Yeah, there's no anomalies. So Wentworth's doing its thing. Let's keep pushing forward. I think we should potentially survey as far forward as Stratal. No. Wentworth's going to bear. Look, there's no planet at the Stratal. There's no planet at the Sadabari. There's no planet at the Ukrichi. So I'm not so interested in these 3 systems. We're just going to leave our first fleet there again to kind of keep an eye on Xenos. Let's have, though, the Russian ship, now that it's been freed up. Ah, crap. Hold on. Oh, I'm trying to double click and drag. There we go. Let's have them jump in and explore these planets. We're going to survey here, and then we'll survey here. And then we'll survey here, and then we'll survey here. There you go. So we're going to get all this surveyed. But yeah, theoretically, we may, at this point, abandon these star systems, these 4 up here, as well as anything past Strathal. Just because we already know we have our hands full just simply getting to Wentworth first and claiming it first. From there, we'll see what happens next. So that's that. And then also we've completed Olum construction of the starbase, awesome, or the outpost, we'll say. And we will simply grab the constructor. We'll right-click. We'll have them build the mining stations first. And we'll shift-click and have them build the research stations next. So that should give full orders there for the 2 mining stations and the 1 research station. Perfect. Let's have them continue. We're going to jump back into Wentworth. Again, we really, really want to see what happens here with the Gagarin. They've gone back to Wentworth. They're coming back for us, folks. They're coming back. Holy shit, what's going to happen? Oh, God. Oh. What? Oh, they're on patrol. They're ignoring us. Oh, my God, that worked. Oh, yes, I'm so happy. Okay, another anomaly just popped up. Mountains and rivers of rail rate. So the Gagarin, geez, Herman got that done so fast, folks. That was amazing. Were it not for its sheer scale and remoteness from Earth, rail rate might be mistaken for a Zen garden of our own making. Its surface is a vast, stylized landscape punctuated with rocks, which range in size from small buildings to landed asteroids. Our scholars note an algorithmic precision to its apparent depictions of water and land. It remains decorative, but somehow divorced from natural forms, like a studied imitation. Fascinating. Whatever its origin, there's a clear link between this sculpted world and the gardening drones, which recently emerged from its surface. Our attempts to backtrace their origin have, however, yielded no results. Perhaps our being led to this Zen planet is a hint that answers to our growing stack of questions may reveal themselves in due time. Fascinating. So look at this. Rail rate has gotten an additional +4 social research added to it. Zen world modifier added, happiness +3, upkeep from jobs -15%. So this means workers will be way less effective, but people would be more happy. We'll hit fascinating, and we're going to stop right there. It's barren, though. Interesting. It's barren, but it's a Zen world. It's a terraforming candidate, and it's got subterranean wildlife. Fascinating. So if and when we gain the ability to terraform, we could convert rail rate. It's an interesting planet. What else do we do here, folks? I'm not sure what exactly how we make first contact with these damn Xenos. Let's jump to the situation log. You can see here we're doing first contact with the Mirages, with the Hallies, and with the Sneakies. We've completed the kept grounds situation. It's done. But there's no opportunity to make first contact with these gardeners. We can't make peace with them. We can't talk to them. I'm not sure if we're supposed to destroy them and claim Wentworth, or if we're supposed to seek a colony ship into Wentworth. I really don't know. So let's do this. Let's take the Gagarin and have her continue the survey process and see if she can work around the gardeners in the Wentworth system. It's a big question mark. It's a big risk, but it's one that I think we're going to have to take for the time being. We'll run the clock forward. Obviously, we're keeping an eye on our influence because we do need to make the additional claims here. 3 systems to go until Wentworth is potentially ours. All the while, we're totally ignoring this western branch of the arm of the galaxy here. Oh, Wentworth finished up. Fantastic. So there are no anomalies in Wentworth. We can get the Gagarin out of there, which I think would probably be advisable at this point. So listen, since the Russian ship is going to hit these systems across the top here, I think we could potentially send Gagarin onward and try and explore these systems. So let's do that. We're going to shift click while the Gagarin's highlighted. We're going to survey, 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 survey. And unless we think the Gagarin might get cut off by Xenos claiming these other systems, we'll let them do their job and only pull them back into our space if we think they may get cut off. In the meantime, the First Fleet is keeping an eye on any Xenos trying to pass through that system. So we're in pretty sweet shape. The Yangtze is finishing its construction jobs. When it's done there, it'll move on to Hawaii so that we can get this colony started on this continental world. Pretty excited about that. Let's have the Sol Star Base. We're sitting on top of a lot of alloy. Let's get some more Corvettes built up. Why the heck not? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there you go. And let's just take a quick peek, folks, at our 3 worlds. We have not looked at them this entire gameplay. We'll be wrapping up here in... Well, actually, let's stop it there. I think we're lucky that we got the Wentworth thing finished. I think we have a reasonable chance of claiming the Wentworth system for our own before the sneakies get it. And when we return next time, we will see about... we'll look at our 3 planets and just see where we're sitting with that. That's it for now. If you watched, thank you so much. Take care.